Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, let us try to see how we can perform vector operations in two dimensions using the properties of vectors. In this example, let us say we have vectors, and if V is a vector which has components as follows: cosine 30 degrees I plus sine 30 degrees j, and if W is another vector which has cosine 60 degrees I minus sine 60 degrees j, if those are trigonometric quantities, then we want to find the dot product. We want to find the dot product of vector V times vector W, the dot product of vector V dot vector W. So to perform that, we will follow these following steps. Step number 1, vector V dot vector W, we can write this one out as follows: cosine 30 degrees I plus sine 30 degrees j dot cosine 60 degrees I minus sine 60 degrees j, right? And before we go any further, as step number 2, we want to also recognize that I dot I is equal to 1, and j dot j is also equal to 1, and then I dot, this is a dot, I dot j is equal to 0, and at the same token j dot I is also equal to 0. So we'll keep that in mind when we are simplifying these. So in step number 3, we will expand this and see what we get. So when we expand this is how it's going to come out. So vector V dot vector W, that is going to be equal to cosine 30 degrees cosine 60 degrees I dot I, and then plus cosine 30 degrees sine 60 degrees I dot j, so this is going to go to 0, and then plus sine 30 degrees times cosine 60 degrees j dot I, this is going to go to 0, then minus sine 30 degrees times sine 60 degrees j dot j, that is going to go to 1. Therefore, when we simplify this is going to come out as cosine 30 degrees cosine 30 degrees, this is degrees, cosine 60 degrees minus sine 30 degrees sine 60 degrees, that is what is left, right? From trigonometry, I'm going to write that in red in here. I'm going to write that as step number 4. From our trigonometry knowledge, we know that if we have cosine A cosine B minus sine A sine B, we can write this one out as cosine A plus B. That is one of the properties in trigonometry. We will use that property here to simplify this some more. So therefore, cosine 30 cosine 60 minus sine 30 sine 60, we can write that as cosine 30 degrees plus 60 degrees. And when we simplify that some more, this is going to come out as cosine 90 degrees. Therefore, cosine 90 degrees is going to be equal to 0. So this is our answer. This is where we want to leave it. So we were able to find the dot product of two vectors, and the vectors happen to be in trigonometric form. So we were able to use the vector properties and be able to perform the dot product operation, and then we're able to arrive at the answer in a logical manner. In my next presentation, we shall look at some more operations related to vectors using the vector properties.